Hi, my name's Belinda. I've had backache on and off really since I was about 17 years old. When I first started working with children, bending over, and I always put it down to me being tall really. And it's not until I got older and people were saying, you know, your height really shouldn't affect, you know, your back. You shouldn't have backache just because you're tall. But I ignored it, as we do, and it would come and go, and I'd have periods where it was fairly bad, and I think I need to sort it out. And when I lived in Liverpool before I moved down to Eastbourne, I decided to go and see a chiropractor, and I think I went about 3 or 4 times and didn't really think it was for me. I'd heard really good reports on, you know, chiropractic, but it wasn't really for me, so I sort of gave up with that. It didn't really help my back. And then I carried on, you know, back was good and bad, and then when I moved down here and I got a job, I had travel about an hour and a half each way. And I've only been doing this job for about 3 months, and all of a sudden the pain was getting worse and worse, and I decided to ignore it thinking it would go away. And then there was one day and it was just so bad. I think I'd not slept, I was getting migraines, and then one night I just didn't have any sleep at all. I was in absolute agony, and I'm not one for taking pharmaceutical drugs, so I ended up taking ibuprofen, which did, you know, to be fair, it did take the pain away, but I thought there's no way that I'm going to be taking ibuprofen for the rest of my life and ignoring back pain. So I decided that enough was enough and I was to do something about it. I had to take a week off work. I went to see my GP. Again, I'm not too fussed on going to see a GP. Went to see the GP. He diagnosed SSI, sacroiliac dysfunction. And he said to me, take a week off work, and he said take some paracetamol, not paracetamol, ibuprofen. He prescribed codeine, and these aren't drugs that I was prepared to take long term. So I took the week off work. It's the longest I've ever taken off sick, ever. Never taken that long off work, ever. And then I've got a friend who lives in Eastbourne, and she recommended a man called Paul, who did a lot of alternative therapies, and one of them was acupuncture, and she said he's really good. So I thought I'll contact this Paul, and he said, yeah, we can hopefully sort the back out. You seem quite promising and positive. I was a little bit sceptical because I am from a scientific background, although I do believe in alternative therapies. I was a bit, you know, is it going to work? But I was optimistic, and I thought, well, you know, I've got nothing to lose. And he was highly recommended, so I gave it a go, and didn't like the needles. Really don't like the needles, but it really, really worked. And I've had 3 sessions and it's gone completely gone. I'm sleeping at night. I'm not taking any pharmaceutical drugs. I was taking Devil's Claw initially because I didn't want to take drugs. I'm not even taking that anymore. I feel like I walk better. I feel more energised. And I just feel my quality of life has improved so much, and I'm just gobsmacked. I keep telling everyone, you know, go and see an acupuncture, and you go and see Paul. So if you're ever worried or think it's not going to work for you, give it a go, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.